Hello, troopers, and welcome back to G.A.R. Productions. Today we are looking at kind of finishing something just because I thought about it. Originally, when I had done the Lego has problems with the droid army, the clone army, and the rebels, I really didn't think they had a problem with the Empire. But I have since gone back on that thinking and along the lines of one item in particular, the design and the quality of troopers as well. We have been very vocal about clone troopers, but perhaps we should have been more vocal about Imperial troopers before clones to head them off at the pass. What do I mean by this? We are up in arms, as we should be, about clone troopers not having waist capes. It happened to the Imperial Snowtrooper first, and we did nothing. So I think part of that is our fault. But yes, I miss Snowtroopers having waist capes. I think they should have waist capes as well. I'll start there first. Mostly it's minifigures, particularly the Snowtrooper and the Stormtrooper. I think in recent years, because we've got the TIE Interceptor, the TIE Bomber, we're getting the Star Destroyer, we've got the AT-ST recently, the AT-AT. There's not a lot of really big Imperial vehicles we need, but I think the overall quality of the figures is where LEGO, in my opinion, has a problem with Stormtroopers or Imperial troops compared to their quality of years past, similar with clone troopers. There are some clone vehicles that we're kind of missing, not so much with Imperial vehicles, but it is the trooper quality, and yes, the first one I'm talking about is the Snowtrooper. It is still a really good design. They have nailed the helmet. I will definitely give them that. The overall minifigure design. I think the tan hands is actually a cool addition. I think that's accurate. I like the look of it. But yes, I think it is a shame that they have discontinued the waist capes on the Imperial Snowtroopers. I think we should still be having the Imperial Snowtroopers having physical waist capes. And I do think it is partially our responsibility or lack of saying anything. I don't think we really said anything, and that is our fault. We should have pushed back a little bit harder that we still wanted waist capes on Snowtroopers. I think we barely said anything about it, and then why were we surprised when, a year or two later, Clone Troopers lost them? Why were we surprised that the Clone Troopers lost them when the Snowtroopers had already lost them a few years behind? I do think that is partially our fault, and I think we should bring that back up with LEGO as we talk about Clone Troopers. We should also talk about Snowtroopers not having physical waist capes, and we should, I think, be pushing not only to have clones have waist capes again, but also Stormtroopers to have waist capes, or Snowtroopers, have waist capes again. It is something that I think adds to their design, adds to their aesthetic, and is something, especially in something like the UCS Imperials AT-AT, yes, they sit down, but it's not a huge... They cited the reason that waist capes weren't being added to sets anymore is because of playability, but you can still put figures down. Yes, you got to be careful because it can wear out the waist capes faster, but you can still put figures down with waist capes. I don't really understand that, and I think there could be ways that they could design on how to allow figures to sit down with a waist cape, and it really wouldn't hurt the waist cape either, but that's beside the point. So that's the Snowtrooper. The Stormtrooper. I think I'm only about 66, and this is probably therefore going to be slightly controversial. I think the new Stormtrooper design is terrible. It is decent. I understand where they were trying to do a dual mold and make it look a little bit better, but I think it looks significantly worse than the 2014 to 2018 Imperial Stormtrooper design. I think that is the apex of the Stormtrooper design, and I think they should go back to it. I really like the Grenadier Stormtrooper from the Imperial Marauder, but I didn't get a lot of them because it's the new Stormtrooper design. When I continue to build my Stormtrooper platoons, it is going to be the vast majority the 2014 to 2018 style of Imperial Stormtrooper, not the 2019 to the present Stormtrooper design. I do think they look rather poor with their helmet. Let me know down below in the comments if you agree with me, but I think the 2014 is far better. And on another side note, if you look, again, something that's like, why do we not hold them to the same standard for our clone troopers? I think we should strive to hold LEGO to the same standard for Stormtroopers as clone troopers. The leg printing on Stormtroopers has been not as good as clone troopers. Since 2020, LEGO has been doing an amazing job on the legs for clone troopers, getting very massive amounts of detail, getting really nice printing, showing their full hip joints and not hip joints. They're leg joint covers. That's really, really good. A significant upgrade since the 2014 era Clone Troopers. But the Stormtroopers, I believe, maybe just recently have had this upgrade, as well as having the white hips that I think actually at first I didn't like, but I think do look better and more accurate. It took them a long time to do that for the Stormtroopers. So I don't know. I am 100% on board of holding LEGO accountable to better Clone Trooper quality. I don't think they're doing as well quality with the Clone Troopers. But I think the same can be said for the Stormtroopers and the Snowtroopers, that the Snowtroopers don't have wastegapes. We should have said something way back when. And the Stormtroopers, I understand what they're trying to do, but the new dual molded helmet.
Post-video Ethan here. I know this is going to be totally different. I love my microphone, but I was just thinking of it real quick as I was editing the video. We also really haven't got that many Stormtrooper types from like the original trilogy and Rogue One era. I know LEGO got burned on Rogue One. I've talked about that a little bit like on Ask G.A.R. the past week. But we really could use some various Stormtrooper types again. I mean, the Artillery Stormtrooper, yes, you can see you saw the top of my son's head. I'm playing with him here. But I just want to get this out here, this little part real quick. Like, we really could use a lot of the Stormtrooper types we got from Solo, maybe Solo, but especially Rogue One again, especially since they've shown back up in media. Like, Death Troopers and Shore Troopers need to be made again, let alone other Stormtrooper types. We have got the Artillery Stormtrooper, we have regulars, but we need more than just those two, and then the Shadow Stormtrooper. There's a lot more that they've done in the past like 10 years that we really need to have back again. I was thinking of that as well as I was editing. Didn't really have time to sit down and record it with audio, so I do apologize. A little vloggy here. And Jackson, you want to say hi? Sorry. You thought you were going to see him, but you didn't. Not yet. I'm not sure how much I want him to be on right now, so I hope you'll forgive me for the little sneak. But you can see just the little, oh, he walked away. I'm going to show you the top of his head a little bit more, but guess he scooted away. So, anywho, back to the end of the video.
Let's do not look as aesthetically pleasing nor as accurate as the 2014 Stormtrooper. And yes, I think the leg printing is not as up to snuff in the amount of detail compared to the Clone Troopers and most other figures that they have been doing as of recent. But let me know down below in the comments if you agree with these problems that I think LEGO has with Imperial Troopers, or if you disagree and you think they are perfect the way they are. Thank you guys for watching nonetheless. If you liked the video, please consider liking it and sharing it with someone else who might have similar or opposite opinions that I do on Imperial Troopers. And if you want to check out my other LEGO has problems with either the droids, the clones, or the rebels, do check that out. I'll link that playlist down below here at the end. So thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.